The Amber Room, a timeless masterpiece and history's greatest art mystery. Today, we delve into the Everest of artworks, the holy grail of lost treasures, the Amber Room. You may have encountered the name before, perhaps dismissing it as an expensive room lost in World War II. But I assure you, the saga of this room transcends a simple tale of theft. It encapsulates the grandeur of a czar, the passion of an empress, the blind fury of the Nazis, and a profound world-shaking mystery that persists to this day. Unparalleled splendor and incomparable value. This extraordinary chamber was meticulously crafted from a staggering 6 tons of amber, complemented by gold leaf accents and numerous precious stones. Whenever light streamed into the room, the walls seemed to ignite, trapping visitors in an immersive, magical dreamscape. Its estimated contemporary value reaches into the billions of dollars, cementing its status as the greatest artistic and engineering marvel of its era. If history, mysterious adventures, and unsolved secrets excite you, this extended narrative will keep you spellbound. Yet, it is not merely the Amber Room's splendor or its staggering worth that fuels its enduring popularity. The truly terrifying aspect of its fate is that, despite its colossal size, its priceless, unmistakable material, and having been carefully dismantled in the sight of hundreds, it has completely vanished from the face of the earth for over 80 years, as if a mythological force had miningly wiped it clean from history. It is, unequivocally, history's most significant and most baffling lost artwork. But how could such a massive object simply disappear? The early Prussian and Russian imperial chapters. The journey of the masterpiece commenced in 1701 in Prussia. King Frederick I commissioned its creation for the Charlottenburg Palace near Berlin, intending it as a dazzling statement of Prussian opulence. However, the room truly gained its definitive fame and scale after its transfer to Russia. The pivotal moment came in 1716 when King Frederick William I of Prussia presented the room as a magnificent diplomatic gift to Russian Tsar Peter the Great, solidifying a newly established alliance. This exchange transformed the room from a royal adornment into a vital piece of international statecraft. However, the room's metamorphosis into the legendary 8th wonder of the world occurred during the reign of Empress Elizabeth I. She ordered the room's relocation to the majestic Catherine Palace outside St. Petersburg. Here, she entrusted the Italian architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli with its ambitious expansion. Rastrelli was instrumental in elevating the chamber to a Baroque zenith, nearly doubling its size by incorporating large mirrored surfaces, elaborate gilded wooden carvings, and exquisite Florentine mosaics. The 6-ton weight of the intricately carved amber panels created an atmosphere that seemed to breathe and shift with the daylight, perfectly embodying the immense power and splendor of Tsarist Russia. For over 2 centuries, the Amber Room served as the magnificent heart of the Catherine Palace. The shadow of war and the Nazi acquisition. The peace was shattered in 1941 when Nazi Germany launched Operation Barbarossa against the Soviet Union. As the Wehrmacht advanced with terrifying speed, the Catherine Palace fell under threat. Soviet cultural authorities immediately sought to save the room, but a major obstacle arose. The amber panels were notoriously fragile and prone to cracking or crumbling if exposed to shock or rapid temperature change. Consequently, they made the desperate decision to conceal it by simply covering it with fabric and paper, a futile effort. When the Nazis successfully occupied the palace in September 1941, they instantly recognized the room. Driven by Hitler's obsessive ideology, which claimed all art of German origin belonged to the homeland, Nazi specialists moved with brutal efficiency. They managed to meticulously disassemble the room in a mere 36 hours, utilizing special chemicals and controlled heating to separate the delicate panels. The pieces were carefully packed into 27 voluminous crates and swiftly shipped by rail to Königsberg, now Kaliningrad, the capital of East Prussia. The Amber Room was then reassembled in Königsberg Castle and briefly exhibited to the public, marking its last confirmed public appearance. The ultimate disappearance and competing theories. As the tide of war turned decisively against Germany, the Allies launched devastating air raids on Königsberg throughout 1944 and 1945. The city and the castle were virtually annihilated. When the Soviet army finally liberated the area, they found only the bombed-out ruins of the castle and the empty remnants of the storage crates. The Amber Room was gone. This is the point where history gives way to legend and frantic treasure hunts. The most pragmatic theory posits that the room was completely destroyed by fire during the immense inferno that swept through the castle in January 1945. However, the most thrilling and enduring theories suggest a more sinister fate, that the Nazis, anticipating defeat, secretly evacuated the room just before the Soviet arrival. These theories propose that the room was spirited away by submarine, specialized train, or a truck convoy. Speculators believe the room lies hidden in an elaborate secret bunker beneath Königsberg or deep within the vast network of abandoned mines and tunnels in Poland and the Czech Republic. There are even claims that it was methodically broken down into smaller pieces and sold to private, high-level collectors. Decades of obsession and the hope of recreation. For decades, the search for the Amber Room has been a worldwide obsession, leading hunters through Polish tunnels, into the dark depths of the Baltic Sea, and through countless European archives. While every new fragment of evidence sparks hope, the room's final fate remains one of the world's greatest cold cases. The story, fortunately, has a powerful modern chapter. In 1997, a crucial piece of the puzzle surfaced. One of the room's 4 original Florentine mosaic panels was recovered from the home of a former Nazi soldier's family in Germany. This small but significant find bolstered the conviction that the entire room had not been utterly incinerated. Most importantly, Russia, determined to restore its lost heritage, undertook the monumental task of recreating the masterpiece. Beginning in 1979, skilled craftspersons meticulously constructed the new Amber Room from scratch, relying on black and white photographs and a single surviving color image. After an incredible 24-year effort, the work was completed in 2003. The reconstructed Amber Room now stands in glorious tribute at its rightful home, the Catherine Palace. The Amber Room is more than just a stolen work of art. It stands as a profound symbol of the senseless destruction of war and simultaneously the unyielding resilience of the human spirit. Its disappearance remains an unending quest for treasure hunters globally. Is this room secreted away somewhere in all its glory, or was it truly consumed by the fires of war? Whatever the final answer, the epic story of the Amber Room is the strongest testament that human search for lost beauty will never cease.